Yes.
Yeah. So yesterday we were discussing about how to draw an horoscope. I hope most of you have uh, understood the concept yesterday. So today now we are going to discuss some few points of the qualities of different rashis, different zodiacs, and some qualities of some planets, which we can use it in Muhurat. Right. So basically, we saw the 12 rashis yesterday. So the first rashi is Mesh. Now, this is the rashi which is very fast in nature. This is very fast in nature, very proactive in nature. So before that, the different rashis now, they have been divided into 3 different phases. First, I will write that. They are divided, like their qualities, they are divided into 3 different qualities. The first quality of the planet for the rashis is movable. The rashis are movable. In Sanskrit, we call it as Chara Rashi. Chara means movable. So the movable rashis. Now, first of all, let me make you understand what is movable. Movable means they are moving very fast. Their nature is very fast. They are proactiveness. They are proactive. They lack patience. They are very good initiators of anything. They are very sharp. They are very impressive people. Right? So the movable rashis are, if I write numbers here, you'll be comfortable, right? Yesterday I gave the numbers. That is the first Mesh Rashi. It is the movable sign. It is the start of the Rashi. So Mesha sign is a sign of proactiveness. Right? Similarly, one of the movable signs is Karka Rashi also. It is also a movable sign. And Karka Rashi, because it is fast in nature. Then we have Tula Rashi. It is a movable sign. And we have Makar Rashi. So these are movable signs, means 1, 4, 7, 10 means Mesh, Karka, Tula, and Makar. Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. They are movable signs. So now how to apply this in Muhurat? Now, if you want to start any activity, if you want to initiate any activity, you can choose this movable signs as in the Lagna, in the first house. If these signs are there, 1, 4, 7, 10, during that time, you can start the activities. That is how in Muhurat it is used. Right? So movable signs now. Movable signs means they are basically, very proactive. So they can lead the society. Movable signs, they are actually leaders. 1, 4, 7, 10. Even Lord Ram had Cancer ascendant. Cancer in the first house. 4. Karka Rashi. He was a leader, right? So, movable sign people, they have very less emotions. They have their nature is to complete things very fast, take it to a conclusion. So, if at all in the Muhurat, if you want to take any activities very fast, you can choose the movable signs. Now, how to choose, I will tell you. How to choose all that things, I will tell you. Right? So, that is the movable sign. Second quality is, it is the fixed signs. Fixed sign. What do you mean by fixed sign is, fixed sign by the name only, it is called as Stira Rashi. The first is called as Chara Rashis. 1, 4, 7, 10 means Mesh, Karka, Tula and Makar. They are Chara Rashis. Now fixed sign, it is called Stira Rashi. Stira means stable. Right? In Stira Rashi, things are very stable. If you want to open a bank account, for example, or if you want to start building your house, so, or you want to buy some jewelry, you can, fixed signs are very good for it. Because you want to save money, like we call it as fixed deposit, FD, fixed deposit. So fixed signs. So your money will be intact during this time. Fixed. Now people born in this fixed sign, it is Rishabh Rashi, 2, Simha Rashi, it is one of the fixest of the signs. Rishabh Rashi and Simha Rashi. Simha Rashi, I'll give the description. Simha is lion. So okay. So people who have joined the new, okay, I got the feedback. Yeah. I will list the Rashis so everybody can understand. Yeah, you are right. The first is, the people who have joined newly, they might not know the numbers which we discussed yesterday. So I'm writing down the numbers and the Rashis so you can correlate to it. Right? First is the Mesha sign. It is in English, it is called as Aries. Right? Second is Vrishabh. I'm giving you all Sanskrit names because Sanskrit is very pure language. You can remember it. So Rishabh is also called as Taurus. Right? Number 3 is Mithun. It is also called as Gemini in English. Number 4 is Karka. Karka is Cancer. So, it is number 5 is Simha. Simha is Leo in English. Number 6 is Kanya. Kanya is also called as Virgo. Number 7 is Tula. Tula is also called as Libra. Right? Number 8 is Vrishchik. Also called as Scorpio in English. Number 9 is Dhanu, also called as Sagittarius in English. Number 10 is Makar, known as Capricorn also. Number 11 is Kumbha, is also called as Aquarius. And number 12 is Meen. Right? It is also called as Pisces. Right? So these are the 12 Rashis. Yesterday we discussed names of these 12 Rashis. Today we'll discuss some of the qualities. Now everybody owns this Rashi. You will have one of these Rashi. Of course, all of the Rashi is there in all horoscopes. But you may belong to one of these Rashis. I will tell you how. Right? So in this, the movable signs, right? It is Mesha, right? And Karka. The 7 is Tula and Makar. Right? So these are movable signs. Movable means moving fast. As I told you, these signs are very quick in their actions. They don't, they are not procrastinating attitude. They are very quick in their actions. Fixed signs, Fixed signs. Fixed signs are two, for example, one second. I'll just forget about it. Fixed sign people, Fixed sign people. See, what you mean by fixed is movable sign people are very flexible in nature. Suppose they buy a mobile phone. They will change their mobile phones every 6 months, 1 year. They're movable people. They move on. One good quality about movable people is they move on over things. Fixed sign people, they are like pillars of the society. Rishabh, Simha, they are fixed in the society, like Vrishchik and Kumbha. They are fixed signs. If you know some of these Rashi people, it's very difficult to change their paradigm in life. If they are fixed in some approach, they will continue like this. It's very difficult to change their opinion. One good quality of fixed is when they are fixed at the right thing, they will be fixed throughout their life. Throughout their life, they are fixed. They will not budge. So how to use them in the Muhurat? Fixed signs, things which you want to do it permanently. You can choose these signs. Fixed signs, which you want to continue for long duration of time. So when you open a bank account, I'm just giving an example. If you open a bank account, you want that bank account to be for a long time. Right? So fixed signs are very good in that. I will discuss Lagna Rashi, Birth Rashi and everything I will discuss today. But let me first give you an overall about 12 Rashis. Because once these 12 Rashis are familiar to you, I will be able to help you guide about the different, how to personalize the Rashi. I will tell you about that. So you can categorize among these Rashis. Right? So movable signs. Movable signs, Movable signs are, they are, suppose they want traveling a lot. So if you want to plan a travel, you want to go if you want to plan a holiday. So Muhurat is for everything. If you want to plan a holiday, you can try, choose movable sign. Because that the energy of movable sign, what it shows is it's not permanent in nature. Like I do give Muhurat for people for resolving the conflicts. For resolving conflicts also, movable sign is very good. Because there is a conversation and things are resolved faster. If you started in fixed sign, things prolong for a long time. Right? So that is movable, fixed, and there is one more sign called as dual sign. Dual sign in Sanskrit, it is known as Dviswabhav Rashi. When we have Chara Rashi, Chara means movable, Chara Rashi. Fixed is Stira Rashis. And we have dual signs. It is called as Dviswabhav Rashi. Right? So what about 12 zodiacs are there? 8 are over. So remaining 4. Right? Like Mithun Rashi, number 3, Mithun sign. It is one of the dual signs. It's dual sign. Then number 6, Kanya Rashi. It is also a dual sign. And we have Dhanu and Meen. Right? So the Rashis are divided into 3 categories. Now, basically, I'll explain you how we see that movable, fixed, and dual is seen. Let us take an example of a mobile phone only. So if a person wants to buy a mobile phone, a fixed nature person, a person who will have fixed signs and fixed signs in their horoscope. So he will use the same mobile phones for long duration of time, even though he'll make it vintage. Some people now having vintage phones. I've seen people, they are using all vintage phones. So, fixed sign people, movable sign people. I'm going to discuss about what is moon sign and the ascendant sign. Just give me some time. I will discuss that. The dual sign people, they are confused to some categories in dual sign. Dual sign, things which are in ambiguity. Dual signs are used for that. Dual signs. See, dual signs are signs where when you have a lot of option to choose. So, for example, if you want to go and hunt for a house, you choose dual signs because you have to have a lot of option to see the different houses. So you choose dual signs in that case. So they are called as the qualities of a Rashi. Movable, fixed, and dual signs. So during these signs, the Rashis are divided into such a way that the movable sign people, I've seen people who have movable signs, they are, very, very bold in nature. Movable sign people, they are bold in nature. Movable sign people are steadfast people. You can see them, hardly relaxing. Fixed sign people, ideas thrown by the fixed sign people are too good because they will see. You should have a friends of fixed sign. The friendship lasts for a long time. Of course, there are many parameters which I'm going to discuss. But fixed sign, any inauguration, if you want to inaugurate your house, fixed signs are very good. Even the Lakshmi Puja, what we do in the Diwali day, like the next day is Lakshmi Pujan. After Narak Chaturdashi, Lakshmi Pujan is there. So Lakshmi Pujan is done only in the fixed sign. because Mother Lakshmi has to be fixed, na? We don't want Chanchal Lakshmi. Moving in movable sign. If Lakshmi ji is there, she is movable. So the movable, the Muhurat for the Lakshmi Pujan is in the fixed sign only. Every time during stock market also, they have this Muhurat trading. This Muhurat means Lakshmi Pujan Muhurat. It's always in the fixed sign. Lakshmi has to be stable. So the fixed sign is very important actually. The dual sign has multiple effects. If you want to do public relations, PR, public relations with people, dual signs are too good for it. If you want to do diplomacy, dual signs is too good. If you want to convince anybody for anything, dual signs are too good for it. So dual signs and fixed signs and movable signs, they are taken into consideration. And all the 12 Rashis are divided into 3 qualities. So we'll take a quick review about different horoscopes, and I'll go to a next topic. For example, this is the horoscope. So yesterday I was discussing. So this is the first house. It is called as ascendant or lagna. This is called as ascendant. 1 second. This is called as ascendant and lagna both. Right? So I'll write it down for you. Yeah. This is called as lagna, or in English, ascendant. It is ascending. That's why it's called as lagna. Now, can you tell me which ascendant it is? You can type it down. Which ascendant it is? Simha. Yeah. So Simha falls in which sign or which quality it is? Which quality it is? Yes, it is fixed in nature. Yes, Tira Rashi. Yes, it is Tira in nature. Okay. This is the 7th house. Yesterday we discussed about houses. This is the 7th house. Can you tell me which Rashi it is? Which Rashi it is? Yeah, it is the Kumbha Rashi. Right? It is the Kumbha Rashi. It is fixed or movable, dual. Yes. It is Tira by nature. Yes. It is fixed by nature. Right. Yeah. Just last 2 examples and then we'll move forward. Okay. What is in the 5th house? Which sign? And what is the qualities? What is the qualities? It is dual, Dhanu Rashi. It is dual, but dual in sign. Yes. Karka. Karka sign, which falls in the 12th house. Yes, it is movable in nature. Chara Rashi. I hope things are clear. I hope things are clear. Coming back to the, now how it is used in Muhurat, I will tell you. Since it's a Muhurat course, I will tell you. Suppose if I plot a chart of now, today is 5th of February. Then yesterday we discussed how to plot a chart. I hope everybody knows that. There are a lot of softwares available. Free of cost, these softwares are available. You can download on a mobile phone also. You have to just put date, time, and place. Like I put 5th February 23, 16:30 in Mumbai. And I place a chart like this. All right. So I get a chart like this. Sorry. One second. Yeah. So which sign it is? Which sign it is? What is in the Lagna? What is in the Lagna? Can anybody tell me? What is in the first house? Which sign is in the first house? Can anybody tell me? Which sign is there in the first house of this horoscope? You can type it down. Which sign is there? This sign is there. What is this sign? What is this sign? Yeah, it is Mithun. It is dual in sign. Vrisabhav, yes, it is Mithun. Yes. So it's a dual sign, right? So now the activities are now 4:30 in the evening, 4:30 p.m. I'm getting dual sign. So now this is the dual sign, the Muhurat. When you want to open a bank account, is there a good Muhurat now? No, in dual sign we are not, we don't want to, okay, we want to distribute books, book distribution or preaching program or connecting people. Is it a good time? Yes. You want to connect to people. You want to propagate Krishna consciousness. It's a very good time. Dual sign. In dual sign, there is lot of conversation. There are, discussions happen. So it's a good Muhurat. Right? Muhurat is simple. Right? The Muhurat is simple. Right? So if you get, when you plot a chart, you get fixed sign. So at that time, you can open bank account or you want to buy jewelry. You want to make long-term investments. They are very good. Right? So dual sign, very good for, conversations or calculations. Dual sign is good for calculations, conversations. Dual sign is also good for something which is, choosing, something choosy. You want to choose something. So it is very good for it. Also when we see, suppose I change the horoscope like this. And yeah. So which Lagna it is now? Which Lagna it is? Lagna means the first house. Which sign is there? Yes, it is Makar. Makar is movable sign. Yes. No, it is not fixed. It is movable. It's a movable sign. Chara Rashi. Right? So now in this Chara Rashi, activities to be done. So when you put date, time and place and you get Chara Rashi, that is the time to travel, to move on. In our coming course, I will discuss a lot of things to mitigate our mental, emotional balance also. When we are sad, how to rejuvenate ourselves. Finding out Muhurat, that we are going to discuss. So, Charalashi is very good for that. To move on. Charashi is also good for starting anything. Inauguration or initiating, it's very good. To start something, initiate something. So I hope these qualities are clear with examples. So we'll move forward and we will see these 12 Rashis are also divided into different Tattva. Tattva means, how do you translate Tattva? Tattva is Tattva. It is the, it is also one of the qualities. So there are 4 Tattvas and there are 12 Rashis. Right? The first Tattva is the fire element. There are 12 Rashis. Some of the Rashis are fire in nature, fire element. The nature of fire is to go up. The nature of fire is to go up. Okay, questions will take it up. Let me complete the concept first. We'll take up the questions. Yeah. Okay, I'm confused for inauguration. See, I'm just putting an example. Inauguration means start of anything. Not inauguration means you have to cut the ribbon and inaugurate. Start of anything. Start of anything is in the movable sign, so you can continue. For example, you want to take a vow. All people take vow. So they take vow in fixed signs. The vow continues for a long time. Right? So what happens if you take vow in dual sign? Today we'll follow the vow, tomorrow will not follow. To start anything which is temporary in nature, we have to choose movable signs. To start anything which the goal is permanent or long term. Long term. So that sign is done in the fixed sign. I will discuss that. I will discuss how to find out this time. I just told you the qualities now. I didn't tell you how to find out these qualities. How to find out, in the horoscope, I've not taught you. Let us go step by step. Yeah. So the first quality is the fire sign. Fire, see, the nature of fire is what? Fire is a pure sign. Fire purifies everything. That's why any good thing we do, even when we do Graha Pravesh, moving inside the house, or you take initiation, there is always a fire sacrifice. There is a Havan which is done. Fire is a pure symbol. So the fire signs, the nature of fire is in Mesha, right? In Mesha, it's a fiery sign. Simha, it's a fiery sign. And Dhanu, you can see the Rashis on the right hand side and see Dhanu. They are fire signs. Fire's nature is to always go up. Fire's nature is to purify things. So you have to use that quality of fire in our Muhurat. Fire is basically, the element is very ugra by nature, means fierce by nature, fire. Fire when it is controlled can do lot of benefit. Like we have fire in our stomach also. It's called a Jatar Agni. The Agni, the fire. Fire is required to digest our food. So I know some of the Ayurvedic doctors, they give medicine in the fire sign. Somebody having problem of indigestion, lack of fire in the body. So they find out a Muhurat where there is fire sign and they give medicine to them to increase the fire inside the stomach. Right? That is the fire sign. Right? Then we have earth sign. Fire sign is also called as Agni Tattva. Fire is Agni. So Agni Tattva. Tattva means qualities. So Agni Tattva. Then we have Prithvi Tattva, Bhumi Tattva, means earthly signs, earthly rashis, earthly signs. Right? It is the Rishabh Rashi, which is a pure earth. It is one of the it is the pillar of the Rashis, Rishabh. I'll discuss that. Second is the Kanya, earthy signs in Kanya. Right? Then there is Makar. So earthy signs. What is the benefit of earthy signs? Earth. Or you can't move earth. No? Earth is very fixed in nature. Earth is very strong. So earthy signs. In earth, we suppose you are an agriculturist. We choose for sowing seeds. We choose earthy signs. See, in previous ages, the farmers also used to have knowledge about when to do what. They used to find out Muhurat before milking the cow, before sowing seeds. They used to be very careful about the timing. Therefore, that specific timing is a Muhurat actually. During the earthy signs, earth is a sign where things are permanent over here also. You now if you take Rishabh Rashi, so it has fixed and earth both. So in Rishabh Rashi, see, you can see number 2 over here also. Here. And in earthy signs also it is there. Rishabh. Right? So in Rishabh Rashi, it is the most fixed and rigid sign. So activities which are require, fixed signs, like you want to start studying some new subject, so you have to be fixed at that time. So earthy signs. Now earth has a nature to, absorb things. It has a power to absorb water. In fire also, when you go to petrol pumps or something, they keep sand, earth, particles of earth. In case of fire, they put it. So earth is very powerful. Earth, Mother Earth The earthy sign people, na, I've seen people who have earthy signs. These people are very good in calculation, very good in arguments. They can build arguments like this. Very good in people who are born in Kanya or Makar. Very good in calculation, very good in analysis. See, when can you do analysis? You can't be moving and doing analysis. You have to be, sit peacefully, think, meditate, introspect, and then you do analysis. So earthly science is very good for analysis purpose. Earth sign, it is also used for something which is fixed in nature. Then we have wind signs. Wind signs. So the wind sign, wind how it is blowing. The same wind today, now it is here, somewhere it will go somewhere else. So that is wind signs. So wind signs are Mithun. Mithun is one of the very windy signs. We have Tula. It is one of the windy signs. See, these what is windy signs? Windy signs is the signs where it is very good for marketing, propagation. So windy sign is also very good for communication, to resolve anything. Windy sign is good for traveling. See, wind travels, huh? So for traveling, it is very good. 3, 7, and 11. Windy signs are also good for things which are to clean in ourselves also, in our house also. Wind signs. So wind signs is also a sign of procreation. We give Muhurat for conceiving also. So one of the factors is the wind sign. See, wind is it shows traveling. So the things which need traveling, the wind signs are useful. Then last but not the least, we have water sign. Wind sign is also called as Vayu Tattva. Water sign is known as Jala Tattva. Jala Tattva Rashi. Fire is known as Agni Tattva Rashis. Prithvi Tattva Rashis. Wind is Vayu Tattva Rashis. And water is Jala Tattva Rashis. See, now in water, what happens is, water's nature is always to seep down, down, down. Water finds its own way. We have heard all these things about water. So the quality of water is always to seep down. So during water time, it's very good time to seek knowledge. If you hear during water rashis, those things will touch your emotions. So water rashis 4, 8, and 12. Karka Rashi, Karka is crab. Crab is in water. Vrishik sign. Vrishik is Scorpio. It's partially in water. And Meen is fish. It's in water. Right? So 4, 8, and 12, they are watery signs by nature. They are watery by nature. So now in this watery signs, things for knowledge taking, or you want to sincerely beg forgiveness from somebody. So that also Muhurat is there. See, you can use Muhurat anywhere and everywhere. Because that energy is very relevant that time. So water signs. See, water is naturally humble by nature. Therefore, when we consume a lot of water, when we keep ourselves hydrated, our mind is peaceful. Our emotions are in control. One of the remedies for controlling emotions is to consume water. So water signs. Water is 4: Karka Rashi, Vrishchik Rashi, and Meen Rashi. So these are water signs. So why I'm giving you these qualities about Rashis, so these are very useful in finding out different Muhurats. Right? For example, you want to buy a car, for example. Now, what is car representing? Car is a movable object. You don't buy a car to make us, keep it in one place. It is to travel. So when will you buy a car? Yes, in movable and in wind. Right? Movable in wind signs. Yes, yes. For example, you want to buy a new t-shirt or a shirt or some dress. When will you buy? When will you buy? Yes. Okay, you'll buy a dual sign so that you can get new different dresses. Yeah, so it is based on purpose. If you want to buy new clothes every time, you buy it in movable sign. Movable wind signs. If you want to buy one pair of clothes and keep it for a long duration of time, buy it in fixed sign, earthy signs. So see the input, however we give input, the nature gives us the output. It is simple. Now we are learning the science of input. Yeah, so the dual signs, dual sign, fixed, movable, fixed and dual. Now dual signs, they are not fixed onto one goal. They are here also, they are there also. They are basically neutral, dual people. So dual signs, it is a sign of propagation, marketing. So when you do propagation and marketing, the dual sign will cover many people. Somebody will come, somebody will not come. So that is dual sign. Dual sign, it is also a bit confused sign also. Decision making is very difficult for dual sign because they are dual. Fixed sign are very rigid. Movable signs are moving, changing their decisions very fast. So that is the fire element. The fire is to purify, the going up. So if you want to find a Muhurat for starting any scriptural study, which you have been delaying for a long time, which Muhurat will you choose? Okay, fixed and earth, okay. But you need that initial push, For initial push, we will choose fire element. Yes, fire and movable. See, movable and fire will give the combination of moving very fast. Right? So, you want to find Muhurat for, okay, marriage Muhurat. How will you find marriage Muhurat? So one of the participants asked, marriage Muhurat should be in dual or, see, marriage Muhurat, will you find it in dual? You can't find it in dual, na? You know, once you marry somebody else, you marry somebody else. Dual, you're not fixed. Marriage Muhurat is always in stira. You have to be, see, marriage is always seen as stira. You know, we celebrate 25 years of marriage, golden jubilee, silver jubilee. What just, you know, how do we glorify people who have completed 25 years or 50 years? We glorify them that they have been stable for 25 years. See, our words, we didn't say they have grown for 25 years. Investments grow. Marriage is stable. Right? Right? So, you know, fixed in nature, fixed and earth. You know, in Muhurat, we want to find fixed and earth. So, that is how we find a Muhurat for finding out, you know, the earthy signs. You know, the earthy signs. Earth is fixed, na? So, of course, you know, this, I'm teaching you a very preliminary form of Muhurat. You know, just to get you interested in qualities and the tattvas here of the Rashis. You have to see for marriage, for every other, you have to see all different aspects. Right? So, you know, acha, if I give you a horoscope, will you able, I'll, you know, I will draw a horoscope here and so that, you know, you can, okay, like this. You know, you can also draw a horoscope. That will be a practice for you. Like this. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll take one of the, you know, like for example, 7. Right? 7, 8, 9. Then here in the 4th house 10, the 5th house 11, the 6th house 12, the 7th house again 1, the 8th house I put it as 2, the 9th house 3, the 10th house 4, 11th house 5, and the 12th house 6. So now the Lagna, the ascendant, belongs to what qualities? Can anybody tell me? The ascendant, first it is movable, right? Then it is wind. Movable and wind, right? So that is how we have to, what confusion I didn't understand. See, the number 7 is coming in movable also. It is coming in wind also. Right? The first house, right, it is Tula, movable and wind. Yes. right? Then what is in the fourth house? I hope houses and Rashis are clear to everybody. Yesterday we spent around 45 minutes discussing that. So what comes in the fourth house? Which Rashi? It is Makar, and it is movable and earth in nature. Right? It is movable. It is movable and earth. Right? Chara and Prithvi Tattva. What is there in the eighth house? Ninth house. Ninth house. What is there in the ninth house? Which Rashi? It is Mithun. Yes. What is Mithun? It is dual and wind. Wonderful. If I give you a horoscope, will you be able to find? Like this. Will you be able to find? Which is the Lagna here? Which Lagna horoscope it is? Yes, it is Makar. Wonderful. It is Makar. Sorry, one second. It is Makar, and it is also movable. Wonderful. Now, what falls in the eighth house? Can anybody tell me? Yesterday we discussed about the eighth house. Which Rashi is in the eighth house? Can you count? Yes, it is Simha. So, eighth house Rashi is? What is the Tattva of the Rashi? Simha. It is fixed. Wonderful. And it is Agni, fire. Yes. Wonderful. What falls in the 10th house? Which Rashi falls in the 10th house? 10th house. Which Rashi falls in the 10th house? Yes. Tula. Yes. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th house, 9th house, and 10th house. Right? So it is Tula Rashi. Tula Rashi is Chara sign, movable sign, and it is also wind in nature. Yes? Okay. Now, what is there in the third house? Third house. Third house. Yes, it is Meena. You know, it is Meena. Right? So, Meena sign. Meena sign. Huh? Meena sign is dual as well as water. So, if you want to start any activity, will you start in Meena? No. It is dual. Moreover, it is water sign. Right? Dual and water. Last, we'll see Vrishchik. Which house it is? Vrishchik. And which house Vrishchik is falling in this horoscope? Yes. Which house? You can count. Vrishik is falling in 11th house. Yeah, it is called as Labhasthan also. Yesterday we discussed that. It is the Labhasthan. Vrishik is falling. Right? Yes. Yeah. So I think these things are very clear. Anybody has any doubt till now? We can take it up. Because the next concept, I'm going to take the next concept. Is this concept very clear? If anybody has any questions, they can ask. Is it clear or bouncer? It is moving above your head. If anything you have doubt, please ask. Don't be shy. Yeah. So regarding the inauguration, see now the Muhurat, I will explain you. The Muhurat purely dependent on your intent. You can modify everything based on your intent. There is nothing fixed. Your intention for doing anything is fixed. You choose fixed. If your intent is doing anything for moving high, you do like that. Muhurat is very dynamic in nature. It is very fixed in sign. Right? So, okay. So, one question I saw is I want to ask to check Muhurat. See, Muhurat, you can collect the data from app, but you have to apply your intelligence to find out Muhurat. Doubt regarding conception of children. Okay. See, conception, I'll take 2 minutes for it. See, conception is not done anytime and anyhow. Conception is done with a proper Muhurat only. The coming together of, male and female coming together, that is done in a proper Muhurat. So that Muhurat is actually have to be calculated so that the outgoing child who is going to come, that personality who is going to come is very bright and shining. Right? In that also we give initiating or a starting date. That is the conception of child. What have you suggested in Android? It is showing different. See, it is not different. It is same only. I've just moved it. If you put date, time, and place, you will get it. How to interstate house, rashis, and nakshatras. I've not gone to nakshatras yet. I have not yet gone to nakshatras yet. Before nakshatras, there are planets. I've even not gone to planets. I'm only discussing the rashis now. Let this concept of rashis be clear. That is more important. Yeah, the app suggested for, one second. I want to ask to check Muhurat how we will use the app. See, in the app, like I told you, you'll get the details like this. You get the details like this. You have to just fill in date, time, place, and you get a horoscope. And then you see, I'll teach you that how to see that. Which is in the first house, what is there elsewhere. You check, and then you find out the Muhurat. First you need to understand about the horoscope. Then you'll able to find out Muhurat. It is not easy to find. You know, you have to apply some of intelligence. Okay, there is a question that we will put birth time, date. See, if you want to find out Muhurat now, you will put date, time, place now. If you want to find out Muhurat on some other date, you will put date, time, and place for the other date. Right? So current date, time, place for current timings. That's what now. However, Muhurat is basically your intent, your motivation, or your motives. That is the Muhurat. When Ravan was kidnapping Mother Sita, he also found out Muhurat. When to kidnap. He did not come directly, flew his plane, and directly came to Ashok Vatika, picked up Sita and went away. It's not like that. So Jatayu knew that science of Muhurat. So he somehow struggled himself. He actually fought with Ravan to, somehow let that Muhurat time go little ahead so that Ravan is not successful. So the science of Muhurat is very powerful to apply. Okay, the question is, do you need to consider the horoscope of person for Muhurat or just... No, it is, we have to consider Muhurat of... If you want to find out Muhurat for specific person like marriage, for example, marriage, you need to find out Muhurat based on both the horoscopes, male horoscope and the female horoscope. So you need to find out, see, it is personalized. Na? It is not something which is vague. When we involve person in any activity or event, you need to have his details. And you have to plot his chart. Right? Any other question? Should I move to a different, so next topic? Any questions now based on this concept, what we discussed? I'm getting different. Okay, current time. Now I will plot it for you. So you will get the same time. I'll plot it for you. 1 second. You will be getting Mithun sign. 1 second. See, if I do now, 5th February 2023, now it is 1713 means 5:13, Mumbai. If you get a chart, you get a chart like this. Are you getting the same chart if you are plotting the chart? Are you getting, if you put date, time and place, current date, time and place, you'll get this chart. And its apps are very freely available. So in my software, you have, because for examples, I do change the horoscope. It's for practice. Yes, if you change the place, somewhat difference will come. If you go to other cities, if you change the place, yes. Because I am placed in Mumbai, so if I put Mumbai, I am getting that. Right? Any questions before moving ahead to a new topic? Any questions? How to bear, that's very, how to find best time for delivery. It is, far off. It is like advanced. First of all, for finding out delivery, you need to know astrology. because the person, the child who is going to get, you know, birth, his horoscope you need to calculate. You know, so delivery is far off. You know, that is how Parashar, how Vyasdev was born. Vyasdev was born when Parashar was moving on a boat. He saw the constellation. See, he was a Rishi Muni, so he can see the zodiacs in the sky only. We need software. Rishi Munis, you know, they are very intelligent people. So he was moving in a boat. He saw a particular constellation in the sky. So he said, if I get a child now, then I will get Supreme Personality of Godhead as my child. You know, Vyasdev came, literary incarnation. So, see, a sage, and there was a fisherwoman. What is the comparison, you see? You can't say that he was lusty. He was a sage. You know, because he wanted a child, he impregnated Satyavati, you know, through his eyes, and the Vyasdev was born at a particular time. We are in Parampara actually. You know. So that is how, you know, time is calculated. There are, see, for delivery, lot other things are taken into consideration. It is not that by fixed and movable or dual, fire, earth, you can calculate. It's not like that. You know, there are a lot. That's why we have Muhurat course. Na? We have Muhurat course going on for around 3 weeks. That will teach. So, shall I move forward? Any note? I hope things are very clear. Yeah. Yeah. So now we saw the general qualities of the Rashis. You know, they are movable, they are fixed, they are fire, earth, wind. We saw all that. Now we will personalize it. You know, how to personalize the Muhurat? How to personalize according to us? For that, we need to understand some of the details. You know, we need to personalize. So, first of all, we need to find out, you know, as an individual, we should know our Rashi, which Rashi we belong to, that which Rashi is useful for us, which Rashi is malefic or negative for us, which Rashi is going to take me up, which Rashi is going to pull me down. That we should understand. You know, first we have to find out our own Rashi. Rashi is like identity, you know, zodiac. That is our identity. Right? The first, we have to find out Rashi. Second, we have to find out our Lagna. Lagna is also called as, ascendant. And the third thing we need to find out is the Nakshatra. See, if you go to any traditional temples, they ask you which Rashi you are, which Nakshatra you are. Or if you do some pujas, they ask you your Rashi, which Rashi you belong to, what is your Nakshatra. You know, that is how we used to calculate. See, even the names of the child who are born, it is based on the Nakshatra and Rashi. Right? Rashi, you know, our Rashi is basically, I will discuss that. Which Rashi, Sun, Moon, I'll discuss that. When we say our Rashi, we have to involve some planets also into it. We have to involve planets. So the most, yesterday I'll just write it down, the different planets. Sunday is Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Buddha, Jupiter, Guru, Venus is Shukra, and we have Saturn is Shani, and last is Rahu and Ketu. So these are the different planets. Now, all the planets are very beneficial for us. In our Muhurat also, the activities depend on these planets. So when we discuss about these planets, we need to understand that the most important planet, our own identity. I'll give you a brief description, one word for every planet, so that you are able to differentiate between the planet and you can able to understand which is the most important planet. Sun, Sun. One second, I'll use different color so that you can understand. Sun is our identity, or we can call it as ego. See, ego is not bad. True ego, who we are, or we can call it as soul. Sun is soul, right? Right? No, Moon is our mind. In Purushukta prayers, it is said that Chandrama Manaso Jaya. Chandra is mind, moon. Chandra is mind. Mars. One second. Mars here. Mars is our courage. Our endeavors. Our Mars is also our desire. Yeah. Mars is also our desire. It's our courage. One word for Mercury, Buddh. Everybody knows. Buddh is Buddhi. The Buddh is Buddhi. Buddh is Buddhi. Jupiter is basically, he is the knowledge. One word for planets. It is only for Muhurat. Of course, if you study planets, Rashis, it is vast. That we'll discuss in some other course. But for now, see, Buddhi is intelligence. Knowledge is wisdom. Knowledge is understanding, actually. Wisdom is realization. Knowledge is understanding. Buddhi means intelligence. Buddhi discriminates. Knowledge is what you learn and understand. Right? Venus is pleasure. Right? Venus is pleasure. See, pleasures are equally important. We say that we should, leave pleasure. It is not like that. When we say pleasure in chanting also. Therefore, we say taste in chanting. So pleasure, without pleasure, we can't drive our life. Right? Saturn is realization. But he's a realization with, how he gives realization? Realization with grief. Saturn is realization. One second, Rahu na? Rahu. Sorry. I'll write it down. Rahu na? Rahu. He is hankering. Or we can say craving. Right? One word for planet. One word for planet. Rahu is hankering or craving for anything. Ketu na? Ketu is basically, we can call it as null and void. Or we can call it as intuition. Right? It's intuition. Right? So sun is ego. He represents our identity. Moon is mind. Moon is mind. Mars is our desire. Mars is our desire. Mercury is our buddhi. Jupiter is knowledge. Venus is pleasure. Saturn is grief. See, Rahu is illusion also, but more than illusion, it is craving. It is craving, hankering. Why I'm saying this? If you read the, I think, 8th canto, that is Amrit Manthan pastime. Amrit Manthan pastime. When Mohini she came and she told all the gods and the demons to sit. And she was serving Amrit to gods and she was serving normal drink to demons. So the Rahu came from gods to demons. And from demons to he turned to God's line. So he did cheating, he hankered. So hankering, craving, illusion. So there are, see, I'm giving you one word. There are innumerable descriptions about all the planets here. So Rahu is hankering and craving. Ketu is like intuition. So having said this, one planet, so these are common for everybody. Huh? Planets, these are common for everybody. Now, how will you find out Rashi? Rashi is, what is Rashi? Rashi is your attitude. Rashi is for mindset. See, in the Bhagavad Gita, the Krishna has said that whatever you think, that will turn into actions. I forgot that sloka. Dhyayato Vishyan Pumsan. See, Dhyayato Vishyan Pumsan in the Gita, Krishna says, Dhyayato means what? It is the thinking. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsan. It is a thinking pattern. So thinking happens with what? Mind. So the Rashi will govern with the planet called as moon, because moon governs mind. And also sun Rashi is there. Sun is our identity. But see, our identity is we are we are servant of God. That is our real identity. But now, when we have come to this material world, there is a certain covering on us. That covering is our mind. And with that mindset, we do activities. Right? So therefore, our whole process of spirituality is to control mind. When our mind supports us, when our mind helps us to, go on to the right path, we are successful. If our mind is uncontrolled, we are unsuccessful. So the most important planet is the moon. The most important planet is the moon, because moon governs our mindset. See, mindset is from the time when a child is born. It is not that you grow a certain age and you develop a mindset. Mindset is right from the birth, right from the child coming from the womb. Therefore, our sages has said, when people ask you about the Rashi, you should say about the Chandra Rashi. The moon Rashi is the more important. That is how you see the moon Rashi. Chandra Rashi. Right? So that is why now how to find out our Rashi is, in any horoscope, you open your own horoscope, you put date, time and place, you see moon's placement. I'll give you an example. And whichever Rashi the moon is placed, that is your Rashi. Right? For example, in this chart, moon is placed in the which sign? Karka Rashi. Moon is placed in the Karka Rashi. So this horoscope belongs to Karka sign. So if anybody asks which sign you belong to, which is your moon sign, you should say, I am Karka Rashi. I am, Karka Rashi. For example, I will change the date, time and place, and see which Rashi comes. If I change 5th January, 1 month back, if I put 5th January, and let us be this time only. If anybody is born during this time, 5th January, at around 1733, he is born. What is the horoscope you will get? You will get a horoscope like this. And what is the Rashi of this personality? What is the Rashi of this personality? The Rashi is Mithuna Rashi, because moon is placed here. Right? Wherever the moon is placed, that becomes our Rashi. Though all the Rashis are there in any horoscope. It is not one or two. Right? So all the Rashis are there. But the moon Rashi governs is your own personalized Rashi. It is your own personalized Rashi. Right? Wherever the moon is placed, in which sign. Here we are not considering any house. We are not considering any house at this point. We are considering only the Rashi. Right? We are only considering the Rashi, irrespective of any house the moon is placed. Right? I'll give you one more example. If I put date, time and place, if I put 1 second, sorry, if I put date, time, and place, suppose 27th, you can put the future dates also, but I'm taking past dates. Yeah, same timings. Oh, yeah. Which Rashi it is? Can anybody tell me which Rashi it is? Yeah, it is the mean Rashi. Yes. See, there are two things. There are two things. One is the Chandra Rashi. It is not the Surya Rashi. No, we saw the Surya Rashi is according to the Gregorian calendar as the movement of sun. But what we saw is we saw the Chandra Rashi. We saw the Chandra Rashi. Chandra is mindset, na? Chandra is mindset. Therefore, it is not dependent on any Rashi. It is not dependent on any month. It is dependent on where the moon's position is there. That is because see, anybody born, suppose in Gregorian calendar they say 14th of March to 14th of May is Aries. So all the people born during that time is Aries? No, their sun sign is Aries. Because sun is in the Aries that time. But moon may be anywhere. That is how, see, Vedic astrology separates from the commonalities. Vedic astrology is personalized. Therefore, we choose moon Rashi. We never choose sun Rashi. Because moon is our mindset, na? So people born during this horoscope in the mean Rashi. Now mean is what? Mean is dual. Mean the person will be, a little bit dual in nature. I'm just giving you a broad explanation, not necessarily, but I'm giving you a broad explanation. The person will be little emotional because watery sign is there. Moon. So the emotional part is very good. Also, dual sign people, not dual sign, Mean Rashi. Mean Rashi is very spiritual by nature. So this person will be spiritual. Watery sign, water is knowledge. So we can say like this, based on the moon chart. Right? Any questions? Any questions, doubts about how to find your Rashi? I'll move to a different topic. Is it very clear how to find your Rashi? See, these are all available in any software. Even the Nakshatra is also available in any software. Okay. So different Rashis you want to get? Yeah. One word for Rashi I will give. Since you have asked. Yeah. See, Aries, Aries. Aries is basically, we can say as proactive. One word, because there are lot of things about Aries. Lots and lots. One word. Rishabh is called as the pillar of the society. Mithun, one word for Mithun. It is communicator. yeah, we are going to have a lot of, yes, we need a lot of examples and training. That's why we have a Muhurat course, huh? We'll discuss all that. Yes. Yeah. Right? Mithun is communicator. Karka is, we can call it as uh, not emotional, but determined people. No, not at all romantic. Not at all. Karka, Lord Ram's Rashi, na? Lord Ram. They're emotional, but very determined. See, Lord Ram's life, Lord Ram is Karka Rashi. He was so determined. For finding Sita, he traveled all over the India, made a stone bridge, Ram Setu, went to the other part. He's very determined personality. Simha. One word for Simha is dominant. Simha is dominant. Kanya is calculative. Sorry, calculative. Right? Tula, one word is balanced. Vrishchik, one word for Vrishchik is hidden. One word for Dhanu is patience. Dhanu is patience. Or we can say practical. Right? Makar, one word for Makar is, sorry, but don't feel offended. It is argumentative. Right? Makar. Kumbh is hardworking. And Meen is emotional. Of course, these are just one word. You can't judge anybody with one word. These are the highlight qualities of, I just wrote and highlighted qualities of every Rashi. See, because we are having short course, na, Muhurat. We can't discuss. For that, we need an astrological course, which will be very long. Right? So, these are some of the Rashis. Now, how to use them in the Muhurat? So, if you see, as I described, your moon Rashi, your moon sign. One second, I will share the horoscope. The moon sign is your own Rashi. In the same time, we have to find out our Lagna Rashi also. Because yesterday, we were discussing about Lagna, means ascendant. The first house, the self. The self identity, the self. Right? For that, we need, now how to find out the ascendant? It's very simple. When you plot a chart, when you put your date of birth, time of birth, and your place of birth, you will get the chart. Right? Once you get the chart, you will see that whichever Rashi comes in the first house, that is your Lagna or the ascendant. For example, I'll share an example with you, which will make you understand. Yeah. So this is the horoscope. Now, can you tell me which Rashi and which Lagna the person belongs to? Can anybody tell me which Rashi and which Nakshatra they belong to? The horoscope. You can see the horoscope. Yeah, both mean Rashi and mean Lagna. Yes. In every software now, you will see this AS written. AS means ascendant. Now, which Rashi and which Lagna? Can anybody tell me? Which Rashi and which Lagna? In this horoscope, which you can see on the screen. It is Karka Lagna and Meen Rashi. See, in the first house, which Lagna is there? Which Rashi is there? It is the Karka Rashi. So this horoscope is Karka Lagna. And where is Moon placed? Moon is placed in Meen sign. So Karka Lagna and Meen Rashi. Karka Lagna and Meen Rashi. Right? Now, I'll put one more chart just for an example so that this concept is very clear to you. You know, this concept is very clear. If I want to change the date, let us take 27th February. So, you know, okay, this is same because the sun is transiting. Huh? You can take the time 9 a.m. Yeah. Now, can you tell me which Lagna and which Rashi the person belongs to? Which Lagna and which Rashi? Yeah. Rishabh Rashi and Meen Lagna. Yes. Rishabh Rashi and Meen Lagna. Right? Rishabh Rashi and Meen Lagna. One more example. Yeah, one more example. Yeah. Can you tell me which Lagna and which Rashi? Which Lagna and which Rashi? Can you tell me? Yeah, I think I want answers from everybody. It is Kanya Lagna and Rishabh Rashi. See why Kanya Lagna? Because number 6 is placed in the first house. Number 6 is placed in the first house. Therefore, it is Kanya Lagna. Right? And where is Moon? Moon is in number 2. Number 2 represents Vrishabh Rashi. Right? Vrishabh Rashi. Therefore, the person belongs to Kanya Lagna and Vrishabha Rashi. Right? Last example we'll take, and then we'll take questions. Last examples we'll take. Yeah. Last example we'll take. Can you tell me the Rashi and the Lagna? I'll take the questions. This is the last example I will take. What is the Rashi and Lagna? Lagna is Simha, yes. And the Rashi is Meen. Rashi is Meen, Lagna is Simha. Yes, perfect. Yeah. So, any questions, doubts? Any questions? Yeah. Why people are asking, can the person's Rashi and Lagna be same? Yes. Lagna and Rashi can be same. You know, Lagna and Rashi can be different. It can be same also. So, any questions, doubts? What is the signification of this Lagna? Okay, signification. See, yesterday in our course we discussed Lagna is self. So, who is most important? The universe, you yourself is most important, right? You know, if we are there, then things around us we can experience. So, Lagna is you. You know, Lagna is you. So, you should be, you should be in this. Lagna is the center of the horoscope actually. See, when we see Muhurat, when we see horoscope, keeping you as the center we see. Na? Therefore, Lagna is self. Therefore, Lagna is more important and Chandra Rashi is more important. Right? Any questions, doubts? You know, now the forum is open. You can ask questions. You can unmute yourself. Priya Chaitanya Prabhu, are you there? Priya Chaitanya Prabhu, are you there? You can unmute. You can unmute. You can ask questions.
Hare Krishna, Oji.
Yeah.
What is GK? What is GK in the chart?
Oh, that is a higher concept actually. I will teach you eventually. I will teach you that eventually. That is a higher concept. But since you have asked, I am telling you, GK is Gulika. It is one of the planets. I will tell you when we discuss the course in future. I will tell you that.
Okay. Thank you, Roji.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So I wanted to ask, what is the difference between the oneself and the mind? Because somewhere it is in synchronous. So what is
It
it?
has to be synchronous actually. Our whole goal of life is to synchronize our mind with ourselves. That is the goal. But unfortunately, that is not. Our mind is separate entity. See, it is said that at the time of death, if you have a desire to eat rasgulla, will you not go back home back to Godhead? You will go back home back to Godhead because the eating of rasgulla is your mind's desire. It is not your desire. See, there is a difference. The sincerity belongs to you, self. But your mind is not under control. The mind is wavering. The concept is to control our mind. So mind is a separate entity. It is governed where the moon Rashi is there. So it is the mindset. That is separate. And self is you yourself. That is the self. Right? So both are different entities actually.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So, one question I can see. One word for Scorpio is hidden. Hidden means everything is hidden. Scorpio is hidden. Hidden means hidden nature, hidden things, hidden everything is hidden. Right? So it is hidden. Of course, there are a lot of things to discuss. Just one word I've given it because we're running short of time, that's why. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, please. Yeah, go ahead.
So I wanted to ask, like, for example, we just discussed that how our moon represents the mind and the Lagna represent the maybe Atma. Are we saying that the self part is Atma? So what can be done in order to synchronize it? So is it our sadhana which makes it in sync?
Yes, it is our sadhana. It is our sadhana. First of all, you have to know who you are and what can you do. Based on that, you have to move ahead. You know,
So is it
that is known by your mindset in which Rashi or moon is placed, by which you understand who you are and what is your thinking and mindset. By Lagna, you can understand, your habits, your endeavors is known by the Lagna. So combined of the both, you have to understand who you are and what you can do.
so Prabhuji, our self part is basically our Swabhava. Like if our Lagna is coming in, for example, Rashi, then it is our Swabhava. But our mind can be different from that.
Yes, that is the difference. See, mind is separate from you, na? See, when you are, when you turn down from spiritual world to material world, mind, intelligence, and ego is given. It's an internal. See, this is an external cloth. There is an internal cloth also. That is mind, intelligence, and false ego. That is ego. Man, buddhi, ahankar. That is separate from what you are. Right? It's the basics of Bhagavad Gita, actually. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. How to learn. Yeah, we will discuss that. You can contact Pri Chaitanya Prabhu for it. Yeah. Any other questions? Any other questions? Yeah, we can call mind, moon Rashi as desire and Lagna is integrity. Yeah, we can say it. Lagna is integrity, determination. Lagna is morality. Mind, Lagna is our identity. We can say all those things. Yes. Sorry, for puja, which Rashi is given? Moon Rashi, na? So for puja, your moon Rashi is taken into consideration. Yeah. Lagna is personality. Yes, Lagna is one of the contributors of personality. Lagna is your physical output, physical body, and somewhat your approach and actions also is Lagna. Acha, what is Nakshatra? Nakshatra, unfortunately, we have very less time today. We can discuss that in coming classes. Yeah. Prishadana Prabhu, are you there? The dates and the times for future class, that will be discussed. Be in the group, don't leave the group. Be in the group, all details will be availed in the group itself. Don't leave the group. Yeah. Any other question? See, those things will be communicated to you. For the class, you have any questions you ask?
Prabhuji, one more question.
Yeah.
What is the role of planets like in understanding the Rashi and Lagna, because they keep revolving, it seems? So
Good question. Planets do influence us. They have certain roles and things that we'll discuss in the coming astrological course. We will discuss them. Right now we have to find out, because for Muhurat, we have to find out our Rashi and Lagna. So today we understood our Rashi and Lagna. Slowly we'll discuss about planets, how they influence us.
sure, Prabhuji. Thank you. It seems my fiery mind is working here.
So I see, just by one class, you are able to identify yourself. Right? If you learn more, you'll identify yourself in a much deeper way. And many things, you are able to understand the other person also. One of the principles of treating everybody equally, that is through astrology only you can do. You can understand the personality, other person's nature, and you can behave and react to them accordingly. That is the greatest benefit of astrology actually. Knowing oneself and knowing others. Relationships are good. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for this amazing opportunity.
Yeah, please come for a course, Muhurat course also. It will go on. So you can connect to Priya Chaitanya Prabhu. He will guide you about it. So any other questions, doubts, difficulties, you can ask. Yeah, Priya Chaitanya Prabhu's numbers is flashed on the chat. You can connect to him regarding more courses like this. He will guide you about how to go about and everything. Yeah. Any other questions regarding the topic we discussed today? Even yesterday, today's topic, any questions?
Prabhuji, like when one thing, it's like the qualities and tattva, when we have to decide which we have to choose, like still there are doubts. So I hope it will get covered up, like we will be more clear by the end of this course.
Yes.
Yeah,
It will be covered. Yes. Movable, the qualities and the tattvas, it will be cleared more. Yeah. Because we are running short of time, so I can't cover everything in one class. So we'll go step by step. Yeah. So any other question? Things are clear. So please come for the course. Muhurat course, you'll learn a lot of things astrologically also and in Muhurat also. So it will be very fascinating course for everybody. So please join and we'll take this forward. So thank you very much. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.